Most Singaporeans are quite happy with the status quo when it comes to common space for religious practices in Singapore. Only about a quarter say religious groups should be accorded more rights than they currently have. The findings were released by the Institute of Policy Studies.
This is the first detailed study on religiosity here that's been publicly released. 67% of respondents agreed that in Singapore, people of different religions live in harmony. But growing religiosity seems to be a point of concern. Nearly 40% of respondents say increasing religiosity could harm religious harmony. Only about a quarter say religious groups should have more rights than they currently have. Break it down by religion, only about a third of Muslims and a quarter of Catholics and Protestants think so. This comes against the back of recent calls by some for greater common space. For example, for Muslim women in uniform services to be allowed to use the headscarf or tudung at work. Researchers say the findings show that most Singaporeans are quite happy with the status quo.
What's important is that whenever one group champions for rights, it has to be aware that other groups also champion for rights, and there could come a stage where some of the rights that other people are championing for might infringe on your rights too. So I think that's why, in general, the majority of Singaporeans tend to feel that the current status quo is sufficient.
Correspondingly, only about 20% of respondents across all religions say religious groups should be able to spread their teachings in public areas. And mindful of the state of religious harmony here, 67% of respondents agree that it is important to report to authorities any infractions that threaten racial and religious harmony here. This could be when someone pokes fun or insults another religion on social media. What surprised researchers is also the diversity in beliefs, even within the same religion. For example, only half of Buddhist respondents and about a third of Hindus say they believe in reincarnation. Dr. Matthews says intercultural understanding needs to be more robust to avoid preconceived biases.
So I think what people should strive towards is to try to appreciate what the motivations are for different kind of actions. If people can develop an appreciation for why other people do certain things, other religious cultures operate in a particular way, I think it will all go well for our growth in religious harmony.
Now, moving forward, the researchers have identified several factors which may impact Singapore's religious harmony. Now, these include influence from religious centres overseas, the inflow of immigrants here, as well as splinter groups within specific religions which may bring about their own set of beliefs, which may run counter to Singapore's secular society. The study covered more than 3,000 respondents, representative of Singapore's ethnic mix.